Yo, what up, everyone? It's your boy Debo with Debo's Picks. There is a lot to unpack today. First, we're going to recap the picks from Sunday's games, as well as go over my picks for Monday Night Football. So let's get right into it. Starting off with Alexander Madison. We had him going over 7.5 receiving yards. Not sure what the hell Minnesota was doing, but he was barely on the field. Compared to the first 5 games of the season, his snap count was absolutely low. He had 1 carry for 3 yards, 0 targets out of the backfield, barely involved in the offensive side. Not sure what happened there, but it screwed us over, especially since he's gone over this number in the past few games with ease. So that really hurt us. Then we had Cal Juszczyk going over 8.5 receiving yards. He did his thing. Chris Godwin going over his receiving yards. He did his thing. Now, Rashad White, I had him going over 10.5 receiving yards. He finished with 11, so I got the dub on that. Unfortunately, when I posted my video, his line got bumped up to 14.5. A lot of y'all got it at 14.5. I still loved it. However, unfortunately, Brady was off, really, really off on his throws. Maybe that divorce finally getting to him, but he had White on a wide receiver screen with blockers in front of him for at least 7 to 10 yards, and unfortunately, he missed them badly. So that really hurt us. And lastly, Deion Jackson, we had him going over his receiving yards. That was a breeze. He got that with ease. So for me, on this 5-player flex, I got 4 out of 5. Everybody else got 3 out of 5. It's not a total loss, but it's still a loss at the end of the day because you're leaving with less than you came in with. And that's not what I'm about. But unfortunately, that's what transpired. And then I had another 5-player flex consisting of Chris Godwin going over his receiving yards, Rashad White going over his receiving yards, Zach Ertz going over his receptions, Darrell Henderson, where we got screwed again because in the fourth quarter, Sean McVay opted to run with Malcolm Brown to kill clock. And if he would have ran with Darrell Henderson, he would have gotten you over with ease. But moving forward, we now know we cannot trust Darrell Henderson and Sean McVay. I don't know. He's tinkering with the backfield now, so we're just going to leave that alone moving forward. And then, Benjamin, this was a big surprise. I was a little sketchy only because they were playing in Seattle. And for some reason, they played different. I mean, I know why. The reason being is because they're at home with that crowd. And maybe it just gives them a new kind of energy. So for whatever reason, was just absolutely atrocious. And any prop bet you picked, he didn't do shit. I was actually dreading going the passing, rushing, receiving TD route. I felt a lot better with his receptions. But even if we took that, it didn't matter. He only finished with 3. It was more of a running day for Kyler Murray. So overall, not a good day for us on those picks. So it was 2 out of 5. So that was an L. And then, if you recall, on my video Saturday night, I mentioned that I might put a video right before kickoff. I just had to see the final injury report. And, of course, Ramondre Stevenson became the focus point because finally Damian Harris was ruled out. He should have been ruled out a couple days ago, but that's what Bill Belichick does. I'm sure they knew he wasn't going to play, but that's that gamesmanship that he does, and I can't stand it. He can care less. He's an enemy of fantasy football anyway, so I'm sure he got some joy out of it. Otherwise, I would have had Ramondre Stevenson in every single lineup. But I never trust the Patriots, and if Damian Harris is going to play, I would have faded this. But being that Ramondre Stevenson ended up being the bell cow, I jumped on the video, threw it out there as quickly as I could, and it consisted of obviously Chris Godwin, Rashad White, Zach Ertz, Ramondre Stevenson, Deion Jackson. Everyone went over with the exception of Rashad White for obvious reasons. So if you're able to jump on this, you got a 4 out of 5, so you doubled up your money, and that's what's up. I know we didn't get any clean sweeps, but like I said, our goal is to come out with some money. A sweep is a cherry on top, and that's my goal all the time. But 4 out of 5, I can live with that as well. But out of those plays, that's what we came out with. So it was really 4 out of 5 and 3 out of 5. And for me, it was 2 4 out of 5s. And then I had the Sunday Night Football last minute deal where I posted a quick 30-second video, I believe. I think it was 30 seconds. It consisted of A.J. Brown going over his receiving yards, Dallas Goedert going over his receiving yards, Cooper Rush going under his passing rushing yards, CeeDee Lamb going under his fantasy score, and Jalen Hurts going over 1.5 pass rush receiving TDs. And obviously you can see it was another 4 out of 5. Fortunately for us, A.J. Brown just got enough to go over. They didn't have to throw a lot. They were running the ball very successfully against the Dallas Cowboys. So there was no need for Jalen Hurts to drop back and throw. But when he did, he found A.J. Brown and it gave us enough to go over 66.5. Obviously, Dallas Goddard was a product of the run game, meaning there was not a lot of opportunity for Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. There was no need for it. So that hurt us. But overall, it's 4 out of 5. Now, your boy, someone had mentioned in the comments section um, earlier on Sunday saying, oh, why didn't I mention Steph Curry's prop bet of, you know, point, 5 points for the game? And I honestly, I don't want to do that because I don't feel it's fair. We might not all be on the same boat. Some of you maybe already used it. Some of you may want to save it for the NBA. So I don't want to force anyone's hand in using that cookie, so to speak. But your boy ended up using it for Sunday night as well. And as you see down below, I had same deal. AJ Brown going over his receiving yards. Cooper Rush going under his. I had CD Lamb going under his fantasy score. Jalen Hurts going over 1.5 passing, rushing, receiving TDs. I'm surprised Jalen Hurts was even an option for this because he's good for 2 TDs, whether it's on the ground or through the air or both, don't matter. But as you can see, I got Steph Curry. I just got to wait for Steph Curry to pretty much hit a free throw, and I'm good money. So you can see right there, that'll be a clean sweep. That's $240 in your boy's pocket. So overall, not a bad Sunday. Not the best, just a mixed bag. But you know what I do? I strive for greatness. I try to get money in everyone's pocket. That's what I want to do today. So let's look into my Monday night picks, starting off with Jerry Judge Judy. Have him going over 4 receptions. This has got to be the game, man. Russell Wilson's got to hit his best receivers. Not Cortland Sutton. It's Jerry Jeudy. This is his title locket. He needs to hit this guy. Work the middle of the field against the Chargers, where they're very susceptible to receivers getting a lot of targets and yards. Give me Jerry Jeudy to get 4 more catches in tonight's game. Then I got Austin Eckler. Same deal. No Keenan Allen. Heavily used out of the backfield as a receiver. Give me 4 more receptions for Austin Eckler. And lastly, Brandon McManus. Got him going over 1.5 field goals made. Now, if you know the Broncos, the head coach loves to have McManus go out and kick everywhere on the field for field goals, especially going up against the Chargers, who out of the past 5 games, they've given up 2 or more field goals to every kicker they faced thus far this season. I love Brandon McManus in this matchup, especially being with the Broncos, a kicker-friendly team. So give me Brandon McManus going over, as I said. So Jerry Jeudy, Austin Eckler, Brandon McManus, all going over. Let's lock it in. Best of luck, everyone. I see you on the next one. Peace.